Hi, guys. Welcome to all the regular intrepid viewers who follow this channel. And hello to any new people who have just landed here by accident. I hope you enjoy it. So, as an Australian sociologist, I try and give an outsider's view of what's going on with the madness and the badness of contemporary US politics. And we're in such a volatile time, it impacts the entire world. So that's why I'm here. Okay. Now, a bit of good news during the week. In France, Macron's centrist party, who was about to go down to the far right, actually managed to forge multiple alliances with the French left, and they stopped that happening. Oh, bless. I'm glad someone stood up to the far right somewhere. Also in the UK, very predictably, Keir Starmer, who's the head of the Labor Party, the Labor Party is like the Dems in the US, won in a landslide. Everyone knew it was coming because the Conservatives had painted themselves into the corner and it was beyond redemption. However, although I'm pleased at the Labor win, it's only the beginning of a struggle because I predict Keir Starmer's going to spend the next 4 years saying, oh, we haven't got any money. We wanted to save the health system, but we haven't got any money. We wanted to spend more on education, but we haven't got the money. I am so sick of this argument. And they shoot themselves in the foot with this argument. Labor does it here. I'm sure it's similar in Canada and other places. So you promise you're not going to put up taxes, and that's how you get people to vote for you. And what they're talking about is not putting up working class and middle class taxes. That's fine. Don't do it. But find some way to tax the uber wealthy and the corporations, just something. So why should you and I pay more tax than Google or Apple? This is a global problem. So whatever the minimum tax rate is, start taxing the rich again. Okay? It used to happen. Now it doesn't. So there's a lesson for Labor in the UK. Listen here. Okay, back we go. Stateside now. When I did a reading on July for the US, I said week 2 looked to be a bit quieter than the other weeks. Strange. So we've only had a mere smattering of gossip and filth and corruption, hardly moved the dial. Everyone, of course, is preoccupied with the democratic crisis around Biden's leadership and how that will resolve. So we'll keep an eye on that as we move into the Democratic Convention, but I'm going to give that a rest today. Okay, so what else is going on? Judge Merchan's struggling a bit, having done a brilliant job. He then put out a weird sort of dialing back of the gag order. Wasn't mad about that. And now there's another crisis because someone spoke in the corridor on the day that the judgment came down. And of course, the Yeti, as we refer to Trump here on this channel, the Yeti's lawyers have leapt on that, so that's going a bit haywire. So now they're challenging everything. So I'm just going to have a quick look here. Little quick look at the New York case. And I want to work up to how can the Teflon Don keep getting away with this stuff? And this is New York. They know what he's like. Oh, quick look. Come on down. Oh, my deck's upside down. I don't get reversals. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, not marvelous, not totally horrendous. I guess that's the best we could hope for at the moment. So Judge Merchan himself and the team are keeping things stumm, as they say in the UK, keeping it close to your vest. Compromises and deals will have to be made. Now, this is my Biden card. I don't see how he figures in this case. So I'm taking it not as Biden, but as Judge Merchan himself, because the King of Cups is someone who is smart, but also gets the emotional ramifications of what's going on. Now, he has had to deal with his family being doxxed and all of that. So compromises, I think it's compromises in security around Judge Merchan himself. I think who is upset, well, apart from everyone who follows this channel, I think this is the jurors. They put themselves at personal risk to be part of history, and they did their job. And now they are being stabbed, along with Stormy Daniels, right? Are being stabbed in the heart by these ridiculous, over-the-top legal maneuverings. But there will be a strategy coming forward, two of ones. There will be a strategy coming forward on how to deal with this, including the sentencing, which is now September 18. I mean, really, all of it, all of it. 4 years after an insurrection, and there's no sign of the Jack Smith trial going forward at any point. And you can only say the wildlings in control of the DOJ during the Trump years. Now, we're grown-ups on this channel. We understand it was not easy for Merrick Garland, after 4 years of Trumpism, to have to deal with the DOJ. We understand that. However, there should have also been an equal commitment to the country to go forward within a year. That failed to happen. Anyway, I'm preaching to the choir. Moving along. Speaking of the not-so-Supreme Court, Justice Alito, isn't it funny, now we've found out the domestic arrangements of Samuel Alito, right? And the fully scary wife and the upside-down flags on the flagpole. And so, you know, I bet you any money a discipline mistress is going to come forward and say, Alito's one of my clients. Who said that? Entertainment purposes only. I'm just saying. Oh, card fell out. Queen of Swords. Ah. Okay. So moving on. Alito is apparently butting heads with Amy Comey Barrett. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of hers for all the obvious reasons. She belongs to an extreme religious sect, very weird. And I particularly resent women like Ivanka Trump, who claims to be a working mother, when in fact she's got wall-to-wall domestic help, you know, with the nannies and the au pairs and the drivers and the gardeners and the pool boys and the cooks and the cleaners. I'm sorry. Do not speak. We also have Amy Comey Barrett, who has an anti-feminist, pro sort of Handmaid's Tale ideology, while she has benefited from feminism by getting to the position she's in, and then goes and spits on everyone else. However, having said all that, Lena on a rant if you're new, she's apparently not entirely comfortable with Clarence Thomas, Alito, and Kavanaugh's also with them dismantling the US Republic in front of our eyes. She's a little bit uncomfortable. Oh, pet. So I want to have a look. Is there anything in this gossip that she's butting heads with Alito. Okay, let's have a look. Comey Barrett and Alito. What's going on there? Oh, where are you? Sorry, I pressed something on the screen. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, this channel is so low tech. Now, here we go. This is Alito and Comey Barrett. Oh, we've got a karmic relationship. Oh, wow. I think you'll be quite intrigued. Hope so. Yeah, it's like a karmic moment in both their lives. So let's look at it briefly. Alito's been around forever, and she's the comparative new kid on the block. They're actually different generations. Now, she's all for kids, she's got a rainbow family and there's 7 kids or something. I rest my case. I'm sure she has a bit of home help too. Okay, but that's her buzz. Now, the judgment about Jack Smith, look at this. I think although she is a traditionalist and right-wing and not my cup of tea, wouldn't want her as a sister-in-law, all of that. However, I think she's not comfortable with the immunity decision, even though she technically backed it, because this is my Jack Smith card and how it will impact that case. She's not entirely comfortable with, it's like unseemly haste. This sort of Project 25, Heritage Foundation, Mums for Liberty, all these sort of clusters of flat earthers, as I call them. They're anti-education because an ignorant population is much easier to control. And their long-term aim is to get rid of secular everything, even though it's a foundational principle of the Republic. They never seem to have read that line. I digress. Sorry, I'd like to see billboards in every state with the line saying separation of church and state, please, because it seems to have been forgotten. Anyway, apologies. She's becoming more judgmental about how this case is being suppressed. I feel there is something in this gossip. Not that I'd trust her as far as I could throw her, but I'm just reporting what I see. Ace of Pentacles, she thought this was a great gig. She was going to be proud to be American and all of that. She's realizing there might be nothing to be proud of. I said, love. I said, doll. This is fool's gold. I think she's smart enough to realize she's going to be part of history that says this Supreme Court was corrupt to the back teeth. And I don't think that thrills her with joy and pride. It's funny, you don't know where you're going to get the shocks. Okay. Now, on to the Yeti. And we've all been waiting on an hourly basis now for 6 or 7 years, waiting for something to give. It just, astrologers have all said that, regardless of what his chart's doing at the moment. The man was born in an eclipse and seems to have this extraordinary capacity for evading responsibility and justice. Yeah. And a Turkish friend of mine said last night, they have a saying in Turkey that if you move a clown into the palace, it does not make him a king. It makes the palace a circus. And I think that's exactly what we're looking at. Now, while I'm shuffling, I just want to give a shout out. I am so proud of my students, my ex-students who are now on YouTube, I just think you've all got such amazing skills and gifts. I'm so thrilled. That's Deanne, Shield Maiden Tarot. It's Tarot by the Bay, Dave, mwah, mwah, mwah. And Maester's Tarot, Liz. You all great students and now you're great professional readers. So I'm proud mama. Okay, so when is Trump's luck going to run out? Because he has the media protecting him, because his name is clickbait. He has an entire party, political party, who are prepared to crawl on their bellies and lick his sandals. Ooh. When's it going to run out? When's... Okay, let's have a look. Oh. Big start. Well, have to be honest, the answer is, I'll break it down, but not yet. But getting closer. So it started with the world, and as I started at the top of this show, the world is impacted by how America governs itself and how it projects itself in the world, and everyone is watching with bated breath what is going to happen with this election, for sure. But these two cards are about holding on, things not happening quickly, right? This is, no one's too sure about where these conventions are going to go. We assume it's going to be Trump. We assume it's going to be Biden. But that's because the powers that be are holding on tight. And this year, if nothing else, is full of surprises. Now, this Four of Swords is notoriously about a time of reflection and reflecting on what are the mysteries contained in this window. So this is a time of reflection. I don't know how many people are doing active reflection. This could be just lying down with your fingers in your ears going, I don't want to hear another thing. Right? Could be. This is also juggling. You see what I mean about these cards? Can be juggling, can be manipulation. The floor's unsteady under both candidates because neither of them are spring chickens and they're both under phenomenal stress. So all these cards are going, he's got enough support to carry on being the emperor on his stone throne, meaning within the Republican Party, even though he's never actually been a Republican. I mean, the nonsense that underlies all this. So I need to now do some clarifying cards on how long will he be the emperor? What is the emperor talking about here? Because this isn't an election outcome. This is talking about his luck. Oh, I've just had a flash on that. Oh, look at these cards. Yeah. Okay. He bullies people into submission. So his luck will hold as long as people allow themselves to be bullied. So that's the guys who are queuing up to grovel to be his VP. It's all of those. But it's also the Department of Justice has not stepped up to support its own. They should be supporting these federal judges like Tanya Chutkan. They should have already dealt with Aileen Cannon, not because we don't like it, but because she has contravened her role over and over and over. But as long as people are cowed by the bully is the answer. But look at this. People are getting sick of it. And I think see these Tweety birds here. Page of Swords is my card of young people rising up. Okay, so it's also my card of social media, back when it was Twitter, twittering birds. Okay, so young people are in a different stratosphere about this. Knight of Swords. Also, look at this. I'm loving this. So it's impulsive and out there, but this is saying people are sick of his behavior and are prepared to take action. Swords are about action. Knights are about actions and opportunities. This is the Three of Wands, traditionally the card of waiting for your ship to come in, but more and more for those learning tarot, I think it works both ways. It can be sending your ships out. So I think it's both. I think some of what's left of the Republican Party, you know, the Lincoln Project and other things, I think they're thinking beyond November. And they are going to be instrumental, I think, because please God, Biden or whoever replaces him, it has to be a significant blue win for everybody, including people don't even realize this themselves in blue states. People are paying to support those in red states. And until that becomes crystal clear to those in red states, they don't even realize how they need the blue states. Okay, but I think there's going to be a big reckoning after this election and Trump going down. Oh, please, please. So I'm going to say post-election and post-election defeat, the Republicans are going to turn on themselves. It's going to be mass carnage because that's what happens with cults, right? When it finally gets exposed. So look, stay tuned. Now, love you guys and keep in touch. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. And don't forget, you can always tune in. I'm live with Hogarth and Lady G every Saturday night, 7 p.m. New York time. So it's great to see you in the live chats. So make your way over there. And I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.